At the bottom of the hour, but we welcome in studio New York Giants girl, Reby Sky. Reby, how are you?
I'm terrific.
Welcome to the show. Now, what brings you into the studio this morning?
Just wanted to say hi.
You got camera crews following you, though.
I'm doing a reality show for MTV, actually, about sports fanaticism.
And they're following you.
And they're following me.
New York Giants girl. Now, explain how you became New York Giants girl.
The title came afterwards, but I've been a Giants fan since I was a little girl. I was born and raised in Queens, and I moved to Tampa, Florida. So I'd fly back, every week or every other week for the home games. And then I decided to fly for all the away games, and people started recognizing me. And I also dress up in homemade costumes that I make and I wear to the stadiums, like Giants Fairy or like a Giant Supergirl kind of costume. So,
well, you can go. Your website is NYGiantsGirl.com. Now, how did you become? You said you grew up in Queens, then you moved to Florida, but you've maintained this passion for the Giants. I mean, where did that come from?
Once I came to Florida, I missed it so much, and when you can't have something at least my kind of personality, I want it more. So I guess it's what makes me happy. It's my passion. It represents where I'm from and who I am because it's such a big part of my life. And my brother is a Cowboys fan.
Well, sorry to hear that.
It happens in a lot of good families.
So we have a lot of tense Thanksgivings.
Whatever possessed you to get into the traveling side? I mean, that's a huge chunk out of your time. I mean, that's giving up weekends. That's traveling for your team.
Yeah.
For your team. How'd you ever make that work?
Pretty much all of my income went to the Giants.
Were you at the playoff game, the one that kicked off the run to the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
Wild card game, of course. Yeah.
You were there. Now, but when did you first? If your brother's a Cowboys fan, you're the ultimate Giant fan. When did you know that? When did you become a Giants fan? What was it? What moment did you say, "I love this team"?
Well, it's going to sound really silly, but when
That's
I was
what this show's about.
That's right. Believe me, we've said it and heard worse.
Oh man! All right. Well, when I was a little girl, you know those little vending machines in the grocery stores. You put a quarter in and you get some little trinket. Well, there was a football helmet one, and I was like, man, I wanted the blue one. Put the quarter in. I got a little baby Giants helmet out of the vending machine, and then since then I was like, yes, it's meant to be. So I just started following Giants football.
Well, now, you were at the draft. You're a huge fan. Yet, what do you think of the team coming up in 2009 and what they did in the draft and what they've done in free agency?
I'm really optimistic this time, and I think that we had one of the best drafts that we've had in a long time, or at least since I can remember following them. But honestly, I don't think that we were all that pressed to get any one particular position because we had such a strong, solid team to begin with. I think the reason why last season didn't go maybe as I wanted it to or they wanted it to is because we started off really strong. We just didn't finish strong, but a lot of things were out of our control, the whole Bird situation. Yeah, we filled the need at wide receiver, which was obvious, but we had Smith, who last year was the leader in receptions for the Giants. Now we have Manningham and Tyree back from injuries, and obviously we know what those guys can do, especially Tyree. We have a lot of good, solid players. I was worried about the offensive line because they're a really solid group of guys. Obviously, they've been playing together, I think, 4 seasons, and the only thing that scares me about that is one of them gets hurt, what happens? So glad we filled that void.
How about your guy Eli? Is Eli going to sort of take it to the next level? Become one of
course
those elite
he is.
Quarterbacks?
Late quarterbacks. What are you talking about?
He's got a Super Bowl ring. I know that. But, I mean, is he going to have one of those bust-out years,
Bust out?
4,000
I think so.
yards, 28 touchdowns, that kind of thing?
He has the opportunity now to be really unpredictable. We have so many variables with who he can throw to. It's like nobody's going to really know where we're coming from. Like, you can watch the tape, but all the guys that would be, the prime suspects, prime targets, are going to they're not there. So I think just keeping our opponents on their toes when it comes to that, Eli's going to really be able to show what he can do, and so can all the new drafts.
All right, let me ask you this question because you are New York Giants girl. We talked about last season the way things went awry. As a Giants fan, do you hate Plaxico Burress now? You loved him when he caught the Super Bowl winning touchdown, but do you hate him now?
It's kind of a love-hate relationship. I wish he was still here. But I'm not mad at him. I can't hate him. I spent too much time growing attached.
Cheering for him, right?
Yeah.
Randy, you should see her purse. Tell me a little bit about that. It's in the shape of a football. I mean,
it's a football.
It's real.
It's got the laces. Look, if I put it under my arm, I can hold it properly, like a real football.
High and tight?
High and tight. And it's got a zipper and little Giants design that I put on there.
Do you sell those?
I did, actually, on the site, but I had to take them down for a little bit.
Tell the fans what the site is.
The site is NYGiantsGirl.com. New York Giants Girl.
Reby's got the site there. Now, fans, they get a chance to... Do you have, like, blogs and stuff like that with people?
I actually blog on NJ.com.
Okay.
And my site right now, it's pretty much my crazy happenings, where I go, what I do. And I also do interviews with players whenever I can. So those are on there, too, the videos. The first few I did are kind of silly because I was really nervous.
So what's it like having a camera crew for MTV following you on a daily basis, and how long will they be with you?
I think they're going to be with me until at least the first Giants game, which is August 17th. So I've got quite a while.
Oh, the first preseason game.
Yeah.
Wow, so they've got you covered, I mean, all summer long?
Yeah.
What do you have planned for the summer as a Giants fan? What do you do Giants related?
Well, I have events and signings. I actually have the big one coming up on June 13th, the G-Men Super Show. It's going to be like 30, present and former Giants there, so that'll keep me busy. The draft keeps me busy. I'm going to go up to Albany, hopefully make it maybe to Ohio for Hall of Fame. I'm not sure. And now, on top of what I normally do in the off season, I have to move from Florida to New York, which is a task in and of itself.
What are some of the early ideas for costumes for this coming season?
Where I was going.
Are they going to be theme related as far as the opponents? Or?
No, I was thinking of doing that, but I don't want to make it so much as for who we're playing, just more to show my love for the Giants. So I have one thing already. It's a huge blue. It looks like a wedding gown. It's a blue ball gown, Giants blue. So I'm gonna make maybe like a Giants wedding kind of crazy thing. I'm also thinking a construction worker.
Are you excited about the new stadium?
I am. Every time I've gone there, I wasn't excited at first because I hate change. I really do.
You hate change?
I like things the way they are, the way I remember them. But
so how do you like having cameras? I'm sure at first it seemed like a great idea. Now that you've had them around you a little bit, what's it like to have cameras with you all the time?
I'm not looking at the cameras right now. I'm just looking at Bob.
Yeah, you're angled this way. Look at the camera, smile, wave. Come on, this is all about you here. Who's your favorite Giants announcer?
Oh, come on. Enough about you. Let's talk about mood.
I think that's a country song. No, I was just kidding. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure meeting you. Oh. This is a lot of fun. I mean, you've got the camera, you've got still photographers in studio. Do you know Eric Fenton? He's as big a Giants fan, the male version, as you are on the female side.
Oh, so
he dresses in costumes every week for games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was going to go with that construction outfit, but you pretty much stole it.
I stole your thunder.
Yeah. He was going to be a Wookiee in a hard hat this morning, but he decided not to.
I shaved.
Eric, whose biggest experience each week is watching DVR highlights of Giants Access Blue on Saturday nights on My 9.
That's not much different from my Saturday night, so maybe we should get together.
There you go, Eric. You could have like a little Giants Access Blue party. And he'll be like, "Oh, great segment." I mean, meanwhile, I'm in the middle of something, and I get this text from Eric, great, and I'm like, "Great segment what?" And he goes, "Giants game plan on Channel 4. Just watched it, loved it. Pat Hanlon's hilarious." Have you met Pat Hanlon, Reby?
I'm getting ready for the game.
You got to meet Pat Hanlon. We'll get you on it. We should get her on a segment of Giants Online.
Let's do it.
Where we have the reporter segment on. We should get Reby on one time.
There you go.
How good would that be?
It would be fabulous.
We're always looking for fresh faces, and you're much better looking than any sports writer.
Oh, thank you.
Don't let Ralph Facciano hear you saying that.
Yeah. My goodness gracious. Well, listen, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Good luck with this MTV project. We'll be watching.
Good, I hope so.
We'll be watching on MTV. Fenton, who's going to be your Giants Access Blue Saturday night viewing buddy, is going to send you out with a little ballin' right here.
Thank you.
Reby Sky,
Go
New York
Giants.
Girl. Fenton, look, we got someone else to watch Giants Access Blue. Now we'll have 2 viewers. We'll take a timeout. Steve Sable of NFL Films joins us at the bottom of the hour here on a Football Thursday. Whimsical. Yes, it is. Sirius NFL Radio.
You're listening to Sirius NFL Radio 124.